Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Dino. And now that I'm back from you-know-where, I really want to finish up that video on why I think the DR650 is the best motorcycle you can buy for small adventure riding. So why don't you sit back, grab yourself something cold to drink, and enjoy Dino's Tinker Shed. All right, I'm going to go in somewhere where I'm pretty sure I'm safe. See you in a minute. Well, it is great to be back here safe in the Tinker Shed. And now I've got the opportunity to finish the video we started 2 or 3 weeks ago talking about why I think the DR650 is the GOAT, the greatest of all time small adventure bike. And this is really going to come from my perspective, not the industry, but why I like the bike itself. So why don't we get started talking about it right now. So the first thing I want to talk about, Willie, what are you doing here? This is my shop.
I know, we're running out of time. Alpaca Dave will be there soon. We have to debrief you.
Okay, but I just need to finish this video, okay? So why don't you help me?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna just do a little bit of talking. If you have any questions, you ask, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, so looks. I'm from the 80s. This bike...
You look like it.
Thank you. I was really handsome in the 80s. So, because the motorcycle was designed in the late 80s, early 90s, it really reflects the time that I grew up. Willie, I was born in 1970, so in 1980 it was when I really learned how to ride bikes, and one of my first motorcycles was a 1983 Suzuki RM80. Which this bike looks like a giant Suzuki RM80. I love it. What year are you from again?
I was created in 2016.
So they're probably still building the DR650 at that time, probably, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a long-running bike. So for some people, they like the new modern bikes with the insect-type eyes, but for me, and probably a lot of my generation, this look of motorcycle just is a bit of a throwback, makes me feel young again. So that's the number one reason why I like this bike. Number two is its simplicity of design. Do you know what that means, Willie?
Well, not really.
Well, let me tell you. When I was growing up again in the 80s, I rode a lot of two-stroke street bikes, and they were super simplistic. They didn't even have electric start. It had kickstarters, just a very basic gauges, and it was really about the ride more than about all the little doodads that modern motorcycles have. This bike is very much like that. There's no traction control, there's no wheelie control. It's just about getting on the motorcycle.
No wheelie control?
No wheelie control at all. You can rev this up and bring the wheel up anytime you want, as long as it's in first or second gear. It doesn't have a lot of power. It's only...
I could fix that.
You could? Well,
absolutely.
When we get back to the ship, maybe you can help me.
Okay.
So the simplicity is really good, and it really does help as we transition into my next point, which is the simplicity of design leads to a bike that's really easy to work on. It's not like your Starship. It really is a simple bike. It's got simple electronics, it's got simple carburation, and overall the motorcycle is a great introduction to anybody that wants to learn how to work on a power sport or a car or anything like that. What about you? You must have some pretty complex equipment inside you.
Yeah, but I don't think you got time here. We need to get back to the ship.
It's always about time. I guess that's why you're a time traveler.
Absolutely,
Okay.
baby.
All right, we're going to keep moving a little quicker today then. The fourth thing that I really like and I think makes this bike incredibly good is the availability of parts, both from the OEM manufacturer, Suzuki, and the aftermarket community. I can still go into my Suzuki dealer and buy just about any part at a reasonable price. A lot of other motorcycles from this generation have lost that support because they're just not manufactured anymore. This bike's had almost 30 years of runtime. So parts are still available. And the aftermarket is unbelievable. If you look at my bike, the windshield, the fuel tank, the handguards, the handlebars, a lot of stuff on this bike are aftermarket to build the bike you want. And that's what's nice about it. Real DRs are built, they're not bought.
Excellent.
How are we doing for time?
You know we have to go.
Okay. The last thing that I think makes this bike the best bike you can buy is the community. Motorcycling in general is a fantastic hobby. It's a hobby that is almost like a brotherhood or a family. But this bike in particular, if you own a DR, everybody that owns one wants to help you out. And you can see that in the forums. People jump on, give you advice. There's lots of knowledge out there, and it's something that I really enjoy being a part of. So for me, this is what makes the motorcycle a great platform for both beginners, advanced, and people that just want to make the bike their own. What do you think of that, Willie?
I think we need to go now.
Okay, well in that case,
Tinker easy.